everything sounds better in Italian, something the Maserati Quattroporte, literally four-door, has proved through various generations since 1963. Mainstream large saloons have serious names that would look equally at home on a submarine or piece of construction equipment, the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, BMW 7 Series and Audi A8, for example. Those, along with the Jaguar XJ and Porsche Panamera, are the Quattroporte's chief rivals. This Italian offering is something a bit different then. A car with a name that sounds romantic and intriguing and an engine lineup that delivers equally sensational oral drama. Range lacks rivals complexity following the Range's 2016 facelift, which introduced a sharper grille design and increased levels of technology. You've got three flavors of Quattroporte to choose from: Standard, Gran Lusso and Gran Sport. The latter two differ visually, as well as in ethos, with the Gran Lusso focused on being more corseting and traditional, the Gran Sport appearing bolder and more aggressive. Regardless, you can expect 19, 20 and 21-inch alloy wheels, enormous brakes, a mechanical limited slip differential and Skyhook active suspension damping. Equipment-wise, there are driver assistance systems, the traditional Maserati analog clock, supple leather interiors, sat-nav and a Harman Kardon stereo system. 2 petrol engines and a diesel. The inclusion of a diesel engine was a first for the Quattroporte. It's produced by fellow Italian firm VIN Motori rather than Maserati itself, and features AdBlue exhaust after treatment technology to help reduce harmful emissions. For the real world, this is the one you want, a 3.0-liter, twin-turbo V6 that provides suitable mid-range grunt without costing the earth to run. It's the V6 and V8 petrols that will set your knees wobbling though, thanks to a fantastic soundtrack and rapid performance, dispatching the 0 to 62 mph sprint in 5.1 and 4.7 seconds respectively. An 8-speed automatic gearbox links the engine to the rear wheels. The UK misses out on the 4-wheel drive option, and allows you to tailor the driving experience between serene chauffeur-like smoothness, and rapid, punch-in-the-back style shifts. Almost limousine space and a sporty drive. If you're still not convinced, then the Quattroporte's trump card, its drive, should win over any floating voters. While other cars of this type are more easily enjoyed from the back seat, the Maserati is definitely a car for drivers. There's no denying its size and weight, so don't expect any agile B-road antics, but given a wide stretch of tarmac and a clear horizon, the Quattroporte is capable of thrilling you and your passengers regardless of engine choice. It doesn't offer the road smoothing ability or the colossal amount of rear seat space of the S-Class or the all-rounder skills of the 7 Series, but for outright drivability you won't go far wrong with this Maserati. Find out whether that's enough to put it ahead of its talented rivals in our full Maserati Quattroporte review. Diesel engine appeals to the head, but the petrols will delight your heart. Near supercar performance for the GTS. There's not a 4-cylinder engine in sight here, and certainly nothing below the 275 horsepower mark. Expect powerful performance whichever Quattroporte you choose. All 3 engines use an 8-speed automatic gearbox made by ZF. It's a great transmission which enables you to drive smoothly and quietly under normal running conditions despite the massive amount of power on tap. To fully exploit the car, you'll want to select the Sport Drivetrain mode, which sets up the gear shifts, throttle response and stability control system for enthusiastic driving. It also makes the exhaust louder and is worth activating for this purpose alone. There is a fully manual mode, which on the Standard and Gran Lusso models is controlled using forward and backwards movements on the gear shifter. The Gran Sport gets standard steering wheel mounted paddles that are optional on the other 2 cars. Single diesel engine if you're a company car driver or interested in keeping your running costs down, relatively speaking, then the 3.0-liter V6 diesel should be jumping off the page at you. It's made by engine builder VIN Motori rather than Maserati, and is also used in the Ghibli Saloon and Levante SUV. It features AdBlue technology, calling upon refillable detergent to help reduce nitrous oxide, NOx, emissions from the exhausts. You get a single turbocharger to help boost power to 275 horsepower, but more importantly you get 600 Nm of torque, more than the V6 and only a little less than the V8, between 2000 to 2600 revolutions per minute. There is a slight delay as the diesel unit gets into its stride, but from there to the arrival of peak power at 4000 revolutions per minute there is strong acceleration, leading to a 0 to 62 mph time of 6.4 seconds. With a top speed of 156 mph it even sounds good, although a little clattery at startup and at low speeds. but this gives way to a deep and bassy rumble as you pick up momentum. It's not as appealing as the petrol engines, but it sounds very good indeed for a diesel. Duo of sporty petrol engines. Here is where the heart of the Maserati lies, and it starts with a 3.0-litre V6 petrol engine producing 410 horsepower and 550 Nm of torque thanks to 2 turbochargers for the Quattroporte S. This entry petrol unit delivers its power a bit earlier than the diesel and across a wider rev range, with torque plateauing from 1,750 revolutions per minute to 5,000 revolutions per minute. It's quicker too, with a top speed of 177 miles per hour and 0 to 62 miles per hour time of 5.1 seconds. Although it is less powerful than the V8, this model carries less weight overall and specifically over the front wheels, leading to more agile direction changes. Like the larger engine, the V6 Petrol is developed by Maserati in partnership with Ferrari and is built by the latter in Maranello. While your head might be telling you to buy the diesel, it's the GTS's V8 that delivers the most emotional response. It also follows the long Maserati lineage of 8-cylinder power plants. Unlike its predecessors, the Quattroporte's twin-turbo, 3.8-litre unit delivers 530 horsepower at 6,800 revolutions per minute and has a mid-range torque punch of 650 Nm, or 710 Nm on overboost, from 2,000 to 4,000 revolutions per minute. It's smaller than before but has the class highest specific output, amount of bhp per litre of displacement, and the highest specific torque too. This engine packs a lot of power for its size. As you would expect, 0 to 62 miles per hour occurs quickly, in just 4.7 seconds, making this car the fastest accelerating four-door in Maserati's history. Top speed of the GTS? 192 miles per hour. Handling improves in sport mode, but ride quality suffers as a result. Greater agility than most in this segment. The first thing to remember when getting behind the wheel of the Quattroporte is, despite its body shrinking styling, this is a big car with a long wheelbase and plenty of weight to move around. That said, it manages this bulk very effectively, with minimal body roll present, especially when you activate the Skyhook adaptive dampers sportier setting. While some multi-mode suspension setups on other cars are indistinguishable, the Quattroporte presents two distinct driving experiences at the press of a button. In normal driving conditions it is on the firm side but compliant, with lumps and bumps isolated from the cabin and very little sway from the body. The steering is light and reactive to inputs but not twitchy, helping you smooth out sweeping corners rather than darting across the road. Press the damper switch next to the gear shifter and everything firms up, the wheel becomes weightier and more sensitive, and the body feels even more tied down. In truth, it's a bit too solid for our lumpy roads and your passengers won't thank you for leaving it selected for too long. A better compromise is to sharpen up the drivetrain and leave the suspension alone, resulting in fast and bullish performance with a ride more suited to transporting important dignitaries. Luxurious, leather-lined cabin ambience. Two distinct interior themes to choose between. Improvements followed 2016 facelift. It's a great feeling getting behind the wheel of a powerful sports limo like this, and the experience is made all the better, on the whole, by the attractive and ergonomically laid out cabin. The steering wheel is quite large in diameter. Opt for the optional leather upgrade and it feels fantastic to hold. Electrically operated seats allow you to sink down, enhancing the header space in the front and giving the driving position a low-slung feel. Do this though and you'll have to set the wheel quite high in order not to obscure the dials. Elsewhere in the cabin there are a few disappointments, such as the quality of some of the switches, those on the wheel in particular, and the graphics on the sat-nav system, which are starting to look dated on earlier Quattroportes, especially in comparison with the competition. In conjunction with the styling revisions and technology enhancements introduced in summer 2016, the multimedia system was significantly improved and enlarged, together with the rotary controller to supplement the touchscreen functions. Front seats are especially sumptuous. Cabin relatively quiet despite engine spark. Not as much rear seat room as rivals as a big limo. This should be where the Quattroporte scores some serious points, and we're happy to report that it does, to a point. While there's plenty of space all around, especially in the back where passengers can enjoy enormous amounts of leg and headroom, the ride doesn't quite deliver the wafty experience you'd expect, especially on the larger 20-inch wheels. It's not uncomfortable, and certainly on motorway you won't find much to complain about, but at lower speeds there's a definite firmness to the setup. That's true for the seats too, which offer a good level of support but feel hard. Our lack of squashiness could be perceived as a negative point, but we found the Maserati's seats encouraged better posture and left us with less backache than normal. Double glazed windows cut wind and road noise to a whisper, and at cruising speeds there is barely a murmur from the engine either. It's a genuinely lovely place to spend a journey. Distinctive looks for Grand Sport and Grand Lusso models. All Quattroportes are generously appointed unique approaches to trim and interior decor following the summer 2016 range refresh. The Quattroporte was available in 3 trim levels: Standard, not in conjunction with the GTS V8 engine, Grand Lusso and Grand Sport. Standard Maserati Quattroporte equipment. Calling the least expensive Quattroportes standard or entry level feels harsh when you consider what equipment has been lavished upon them. You get a mechanical limited slip differential, skyhook electronically variable active damping, 8-speed automatic transmission, bi-xenon headlights with LED day running lights, and an adaptive front lighting system with headlamp washers and LED taillights. Solid paint is standard, as is chrome exterior trim, heated windscreen washer nozzles and automatically dimming, powered and heated exterior mirrors. Safety-wise, you get dual-stage front airbags plus side and window airbags, active cruise control, tire pressure monitor and electronic stability control. There's also an electronic parking brake with hill holder for convenience and an AF-track vehicle tracking system in case the worst happens and your car is stolen. There's a lot of tech included, such as front and rear parking sensors, full-color multimedia displays, sat-nav, radio, CD, DVD player, SD card reader, plus USB, Bluetooth and ON connectivity, played through a Harman Kardon sound system. Keyless entry and starting, an automatically dimming rear-view mirror, dual-zone automatic climate control and rain-sensing wipers are all standard, too. Helping you get in is an easy entry-exit system, plus electrically adjustable front seats and a 40-60 split rear seat. On the styling front you get headrests with an embossed Trident logo, a multifunction steering wheel, power adjustable, and knob in fine poltrona Frau leather. Grand Lusso was one of the trim levels introduced as part of the 2016 refresh. The exterior is hallmarked by a front bumper design said to showcase the Quattroporte's elegance, with a discreet spoiler and chrome detailing, with a less fussy diffuser design at the back. Alloy wheels are 20 inches in diameter and shroud black brake calipers. The Grand Lusso's interior showcases Maserati's use of silk on the seats, doors, headlining and sun visors, offset against open-pore Otica wood dashboard appliques. Additionally, you'll find electrically adjustable pedals, 4-zone climate control and a heated rear seat. Its alter ego is the Grand Sport, immediately noticeable outside by a more aggressive bumper and grille design, complete with black and carbon fiber detailing. There's a more pronounced, black finished rear diffuser, while 21-inch alloys with red brake calipers complete the look. Inside there are sports seats in the front and rear, with increased side bolstering and piano black interior trim. Gear changes can be actioned using the aluminium paddles on the steering column. Optional Maserati Quattroporte accessories. Depending on the chosen trim level, a variety of additional features can be specified at extra cost. Optional equipment can be bought individually or grouped together in packs, including the rear seat entertainment pack, which adds screens, wireless headphones and folding tables, and the convenience pack, which gets you a powered boot lid, rear parking camera, rear door keyless entry system and garage door opener. There is also a Zegna pack which nets you an extended poltrona Frau fine grain leather interior in black, red or tan, plus dark grey silk detailing for the seat centers, headlining, sun visors and door panels. The previously available luxury and sport packs were replaced by the Grand Lusso and Grand Sport trim levels introduced in 2016. Safety equipment improved during 2016 facelift. Not exactly cutting-edge kit, but it works well. Too specialist to be crash-tested by Euro NCAP. While the Maserati Quattroporte hasn't been crash-tested by the safety experts at Euro NCAP, a strong chassis and lots of standard kit should mean it's a safe place in which to travel. All grades get bright bi-xenon headlamps with an adaptive front lighting system so you'll be able to see easily in the dark. There are also dual-stage front airbags for the driver and passenger plus side and window airbags. An electronic stability control system is installed too, along with a tire pressure monitoring system and a can of tire sealing compound with an electric air compressor in the boot. Alarm-wise, you get sensors in the car and an anti-lift device, plus an AF-track vehicle tracking system to help prevent theft. As part of the 2016 revisions, additional safety kit became available, include a 360-degree camera system, Adaptive cruise control to maintain a predetermined gap to the vehicle in front, and blind spot warning to alert you to traffic approaching from behind you may have missed in your mirrors. Cabin is large but more snug than you'd expect. Decent amount of oddments storage space. Boot size and shape is typical of this class. This is a big car, and while you'd expect there to be a lot of space inside, it's more snug than the Maserati Quattroporte's considerable 5,264mm length suggests. You can stretch out in the back, even behind a tall driver, but it's far cozier than what you would experience in the back of a Mercedes-Benz S-Class, even a standard wheelbase one. There are a number of little touches that amplify the Quattroporte's practical side. Electric sun blinds in the rear doors can be deployed from the driver's seat to shield the face of a sleeping toddler or celebrity passenger, while unsightly cup holders are hidden away behind a veneered flap next to the gear lever. There's also a sizable hidey hole under the central armrest. The boot offers a generous 530 liters of space for your bags of golf clubs or folded-up push chairs, with a 60 hours 40 minutes split folding rear seat back to increase flexibility.